Hi, friends. So today we're in our second to last week of Esther. This is Esther 6, and this is about the king and Haman and Mordecai. And it's an amazing story. So the king is up late at night. He can't sleep. So he has people read him the recent history. And he discovers there was this time when Mordecai intervened to tell about a plot. And the king realizes Mordecai was never honored. And so he asks Haman, what should someone do? What should the king do to honor someone? And Haman can't imagine a world where the king would want to honor anyone more than Haman. And so he draws up this elaborate scenario of Haman's perfect day. And then the king says, great, go do that to Mordecai, to Haman's hated enemy. And Haman, again, he's caught in this and he's furious at the way this goes, because he just couldn't imagine the king would want to honor anyone more than him. And it's a failure of imagination. And what we see is it's the same failure in the imagination of the Pharisees, who can't imagine that God would do anything other than what they would expect God to do, who can't imagine that God would work in the lives of outsiders. And so they see Jesus doing all these things they didn't expect, they never imagined, and it drives them crazy. And it teaches us about the power of imagination and faith, and how important it is for us to let the Holy Spirit guide our imaginations, to think about how God might do something new. God might do something that we would never expect, and create anew, and how we need to be ready to be flexible and to let go of the things that we hold on, the certainties of this is how God works, and imagine and let God drive that, and also how we need to imagine ourselves in the lives of others and let that create empathy. So we then are drawn to serve one another, because when we see the stress and the pressures that others are on, we relate to them differently. When we imagine ourselves in their shoes, it changes the way we relate. And that's what Jesus was so good about, because Jesus knew us intimately, so he could respond with grace. So may we let our imaginations do the same. Connect us with one another and create empathy so that we may serve as Jesus served.